Hey there, Steve Gamache with another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review, and we're looking at a line that's been around Chef Knives to Go in a couple of different name changes over the years, but this is the Harukaze SRS15 Gyuto 180mm knife. So these are multi-layered construction. They've got a soft stainless cladding over the top of a harder core steel, the core steel is SRS15 powdered metallurgy, full stainless steel. I believe it's a high-speed tool steel. Heat treats around 63, maybe 64 Rockwell, so they take it to a fairly high hardness, which means you're going to get excellent edge retention. The steel is really known for its edge retention, and we've got a number of professionals on the Chef Knives to Go forums that highly recommend this line as one of the best professional or pro knives on the site in terms of high volume prep, or, high edge retention. Just get it done, no frills, product killer knife. These are all business knives that are great in a home environment too, but they are awesome in a pro environment. So construction is 3 layers. There's a soft stainless cladding on either side of that core steel. When we show you the close-up, you'll be able to see that cladding line a little bit. They've got some hand chisel kanji that adds a nice touch to it, but yet they blend in a pro environment, so they don't look too ostentatious or different with the Japanese handle or wa handle, so they'll kind of blend in, which can be nice. The weight on these is about 172 grams or 6.1 ounces. Edge length, this one's about 182 millimeters or 7.16 inches on the edge. Overall length about 302 millimeters or 11.9 inches. Blade height is 42.4 at the heel. Spine thickness, these are fairly thin knives, but they've got some meat to the spine, which makes them pretty stiff. This one's just about 2 millimeters, and then it actually comes up a little bit to about 2.15, 2.1-ish as it comes along, and then it starts to get a little thinner as it hits the curve and then down towards the grind. So they get pretty thin at the very tip, and they're pretty doggone thin at the edge as well, so the performance on these is excellent. Here's your edge, here's your choil shot. So they thin them up nicely at the very edge. So as I said, performance is very good. The handle is a stabilized wood known as a black paca wood. It's a resin impregnated wood, so it's good from a moisture resistance standpoint. Nice fit and finish on this all the way around. The tang is just a little bit proud here on some areas on the very edge. Almost looks like a burr on the grind on the tang. That could be cleaned up easily, but I didn't really notice it until I looked at it in the light. But you've got a really well-crafted bolster that glides into the main part of the knife and attractive looking. Here's a beauty shot of the blade. So you can see the cladding line in the core steel. You can see the hand chisel kanji. Nice effect. Machine belt kind of finish to it, looks like. They've done a nice job of convexing these down towards the edge, so you'll get reasonable food separation, reasonable food release. It's not just a flat grind, so that helps that out a little bit. Balance point is being a full tang handle and such is going to be a little bit behind that choil, kind of at the front of the bolster. These have great edges out of the box. I'd say it's a solid 7 out of 10 edge. The blade, as I mentioned, is pretty stiff for what it is. So these are confident knives in use. Here's the edge profile. So very smooth, fairly low tip on it, so I'm not going to get super high before I start digging the tip in. Every knife's going to be a little different depending on how they treat the tip, but so I can get reasonably high considering the length of this knife. And so it's a gentle curve, not a ton of flat, but it is a kind of a low amount of belly kind of throughout the blade. I get pretty good board clearance despite that. This isn't the best angle to use. I'm contorted doing that, but so I can still get pretty decent board clearance there on it if you use a grip where your knuckles aren't sticking out. But overall, just a great line of knives. This is the smaller version. Might make a fabulous line knife if you need something compact or home use. You want something that's a little bit smaller than a 8-inch, or 9-inch Gyuto. So this is the Harukaze SRS15 Gyuto 180mm knife.